Hello, everyone. My name is Brandon Ross, and welcome to tonight's episode of Bar20, a live streaming show where myself and friends come together over a virtual tabletop to play Dungeons and Dragons. Now, before we get started, I do have a few announcements to make. Just below this stream screen here and loaded into our chat room, you can follow links to get to our Twitter, Discord, and YouTube. Our Twitter will be using as our platform to reach out to our community for when we go live and upcoming projects coming down the line very soon. The Discord community, please feel free to come join it to where you can ask the staff questions or even just come play Dungeons & Dragons over Discord, looking for a group or looking for more people. Feel free to check it out. On our YouTube channel, don't forget to stop by and subscribe so you will know when we upload our episodes from the prior week. You'll find all of our episodes, 1 through 13 now, well, in the making. I'm excited for that one. And we're also at 60 followers. When we hit 100, I want everyone to remember you'll be hitting that 100 follower goal where we will give away a copy of the Player's Handbook Guide for 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons, which is also signed by everybody here at the table. Everyone's super excited to hit that goal and get that book away so perhaps a new player can be well on their journey to this fantastic game. And with those out of the way, let's move on to tonight's episode of Bar20. Hello, everybody.
Howdy.
Hello.
Hello.
I'd like to introduce my table and everybody to check out our new setup.
That is so pretty. Oh my gosh.
That looks dope.
Yeah.
That is nice. That is very nice.
It took a minute to get everything lined up just right, but I really love this layout because it looks like we're sitting around a table, and I love it so much.
That is absolutely beautiful. I love it.
Wicked.
Thank you. I will do a bit of a recap since we did take a week off, so you're not supposed to be over there. There we go. Well, first off to my table and all the lovely people in chat, welcome back from our little week break. I took a vacation and went out to Michigan to go to a friend's wedding. Zach and Angie, if you're in here right now, congratulations, and I hope you all have a fantastic life together and your honeymoon was amazing. But for the story tonight, last we left off, our adventuring party known as the Wild Cards had managed to navigate their way through physical and political streets of Raitul, the capital of the Thavia region. The journey leading them to this point saw 4 threads of fate coming together on a small mining town to the west, known as Rasso. From there, they followed unfortunate paths back to the home of 2 of these adventurers, where ill fate had befallen their parents. Following clues to the capital, the group bonded over travel, battles, and good food. Managing to be in the right place at the right time, the group discovered their current objective of hunting down the individual who murdered the parents of Kelvin and Cathalia was part of a thieves guild operating within the capital. Through further investigation, they managed to garner favor with an opposing underbelly guild, and as payment for a job done, received word that Taine would be targeting a cache of magical items that had been brought in for the Summer Solstice events that are being held within the Iron Coliseum. With this knowledge in hand, the party decided it would be best to have some of them partake in the festivities, with Tamriel and Kelvin both signing up for the gladiator portion of this year's events. Once signed up, the party headed back to the Gracious Pint, enjoyed a night's rest, and we will open up with their usual morning routine they've come through as Roland makes his way through the 2nd floor of the tavern. Just coming to the ladies' door first, the familiar "Good morning, breakfast will be served shortly," and then you kind of hear him as he goes down to the next door and the next door. And at this point you've become accustomed to it, to where you get the feeling that in this part of the capital, with the kind of more pompous, uppity area, not a lot of late sleepers. So As you are woken up and come downstairs, ready for the day, everyone make a perception check.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I didn't pick up much.
Oof.
I'm pretty on par with a 7.
15.
Cathalia, as all of you are down just kind of having breakfast, you notice this kind of a younger individual come in, probably about 14, 15, human male, teenager pretty much, kind of decent attire, doesn't really match this area, but not like decrepit either. You see him kind of looking around, and he kind of looks at your group, and you see his eyes kind of go past you and settle to your brother next to you, and his face kind of lights up, and he starts to make his way towards the table.
And I like stare at him and then lean to my brother, but not looking away from the guy. It's like, I think you have a fan?
Well, I thank you, but, I've known that for a long time.
Why, he has a
Roll
fan. He
my
couldn't even
eyes.
hit the axe.
At this
Oof.
point,
His axes didn't even hit the target.
At this point, everyone except Tam, who's too busy making quips, notices this young boy come up to Kelvin and kind of slow, like awkwardly and quickly, like hand out like a scroll. For you, sir.
Oh, thank you. I take the scroll.
And then he looks around the table some more. Is there a he's kind of trying to read the scroll. Tam.
Yeah, right here, bud. And I hold my hand out.
He gives you the scroll as well. Good day, sis.
Oh.
Runs up, walks off.
Yeah. Oh, so more like admission, less like a fan.
As you open these two scrolls up, it just kind of says, attention, Kelvin, and then, of course, Tamriel, respectively. Please be at the Iron Coliseum about an hour before the lunchtime.
What time would it be currently?
Currently, I'd say it's probably about 8-ish in the morning.
Got some time.
Couple hours.
I like how they're very descriptive. It says lunchtime.
Most likely around noon. So we should probably shoot to be there by 11.
How early would you boys like to be there? Take a look around beforehand?
Yeah, I think I'd like another look at some of those. I gotta look at a few of our potential competitors, but I wouldn't mind seeing more of what we're looking at here. Of course, some people could also be practicing with something they don't plan on fighting with just to throw somebody else off.
Noah's going to go to the bar and order a glass of milk.
Okay.
When she comes back with it, she's gonna wiggle her finger at Kelvin. Not till after the fight. This one's mine.
Gonna cross my arms and pout a little bit. Fine.
Okay.
You crazy kids.
So all of you have your breakfast. You get your usual attires ready for the day, and then, unless I misheard, you will all be heading to the Iron Coliseum in the Red Grove.
Sounds like a plan.
That's where I'm headed.
Okay.
Unless anyone would like to go somewhere else in the meantime.
I will say, for this travel, it's probably about 45 minutes of walking, just because it is kind of on the other side of the capital from where you were at. So if everybody could give, and that's just because not really distance, but as you're moving, and I'll say with everybody's passive perception, it's easy enough to catch this. Everyone here would know, especially over the last couple of days, that the Summer Solstice is tomorrow, and it's usually from what you gathered so far, and I'll say, Cathalia, give me a quick history check. See how much you can recall? Wow.
Wow.
Natural
Wow.
20. Fantastic.
Never again. That's my only
You
one.
actually have been in the capital during the Summer Solstice event. It's one of the few times you decided, hey, I'm going to stay a few days. This is a lot of fun. You would be able to convey to the party that, you know, this is usually a 3-day event. Starts the day before, the day of, and the day after. It's usually kind of like the community cleanup in preparation of getting the city back to normal. But the day before and day of are the two hugest party days / party nights. A lot of people have already been up for a good, what looks to be hour or two, hanging up banners and flyers, and there's going to be even extra and more kind of side vendors and carts. Even people just have like a single like one-person wagon they push around with drinks, foods, trinkets, small card wooden toys. It is a plethora of festivities. It seems that around here, and again, Cathalia, you can convey this, the Summer Solstice event is very important to the capital with the way that it is kind of in the center of the Thavia region, and its roots do reach back to a more druidic nature. And even Snow, you could be able to know at least just that little tidbit that much of the heritage, though now many generations have passed, it was founded with that an attempt to keep a druidic nature at the heart of it.
Mhm.
But there's your lore dump for a natural 20. Congratulations.
Right? Yeah,
Yay.
it's never going to happen again.
You never know.
Not on a history check.
Who knows? You might get double 20s on a disadvantage roll.
We've seen it happen.
This is true.
Yeah, that was pretty great.
All right. Is there anything you want to accomplish once you get to the Iron Coliseum before we move into the events of the day?
Nope.
Is it possible to scout out the competition a little bit if anyone's there yet?
Give me a perception check.
Six.
There's
Wait,
people
scout
here.
out. Where are we scouting this out? I thought we hadn't left the tavern yet.
No, we're moving.
No, you're moving.
Oh, we're moving. Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
We're-
yeah, cool.
we're
Oh,
there,
That's
actually.
totally fine. All right, no, my bad. Oh, and another 4.
Okay. Well, there's people
So
here.
people here. Yeah,
There's people.
Let's get them out of the way early.
The people or the rolls?
Yes.
All of it. All of it.
You know, a little of A, a little of B.
No, I'm feeling like kicking the safety trigger off of Fable 2 right quick. It's just gonna be a minute, guys.
Okay. Remember, turn the glowing path off if you want to adventure.
Or the Coliseum. I don't know if we've actually been able to see like the arena and the stands. Would there be any way for us to go take a look at that?
That is correct. Last time you were here, it was kind of closed off to the general public because it was getting preparation for the events. But now these gates have been opened, and there is access inside the depths of the Coliseum for you.
Okay. I'm kind of just curious about the stands themselves. Are they like
Is everyone
solid,
going to be?
or are we looking at like bleachers?
Is everyone going into the Coliseum to check it
I
out?
would like to.
The arena part. Okay.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay. I will reveal this to stream later when the time comes, but for now, I will show the party what the arena looks like. There we go. That's what you see.
Ooh.
You see this large, probably. That's what I thought. About 60 to 80 foot across, dusty, sandy, rocky pit that has been dug into the earth, down probably about a 15-20 foot drop from where the first stands begin, and then they kind of elevate outward in a ring moving upward. In the middle of it, you do see 4 what look to be statues dedicated, depicting various fighters. You know, one's kind of got a spear and a shield, one's got this great sword he's holding up in towards facing kind of the 4 cardinal directions. They just seem to be like presenting their weapons or presenting a stance of glory or being immortalized. You would imagine that they're probably people who are champions here or champions in the past. People are beginning to kind of filter in, taking their space. Anything else?
So, I guess I have 2 questions now. So, one, are these solid, like, stands, or are these, like, more like bleachers you can get underneath them?
They are solid.
Okay. And then second, is this connected at all to the location where the boys signed up for the fight, or is this separate?
It would be. Let me reiterate that for you. It is solid to a point to where you don't see access underneath them from where you are on the stands. But
Okay.
there isn't space underneath them to where you saw like the area, like an open area underneath once the stands reach a certain height.
I see. Okay. That makes sense. Cool.
Well, after getting a view of that, I think I'm going to head down and take a look at, I guess, the waiting area where they were wanting us to load up.
As you come down and you kind of look around to where you had signed up just yesterday, you see that over the desk a banner has been placed down. It just says individual gladiators, and it has an arrow that points just down, just like points away from you.
Got it. I guess I'm gonna head down that way.
Okay, Kelvin.
I'll follow.
All right then. Snow,
We'll see you
Cathalia.
boys later.
Yeah, we'll be back soon.
Make sure you come back.
In
Well-
one piece, preferably.
We'll try.
I'll keep him safe.
I
And turn and walk away.
I'm just gonna look up at him. How? If we're fighting on our own, how
I'm
are
gone.
you gonna keep me safe?
I'm already gone.
Already
I've already left.
left. All right.
Shaking my head, there are no words, and I just go.
Okay, so the boys kind of follow directions underneath the stands, and above you is just solid stone. So you get that they probably carved this a bit of a piece at a time. Then there are like supporting beams and archways along the way. Eventually you come to, you see this kind of gruff Goliath-looking figure with his arms crossed, huge axe over his back. He just looks at the two of you. Individual or group?
Individual.
That way. And he points to a door that's just to his left.
Okay.
Should two of you, both of you head in, I'm guessing?
Yep.
Yes.
All right, the two of you head in, and you are greeted to this kind of a larger than you expected space, probably about 20 feet deep and about 40 feet across with a bit of a curve to it as it's underneath the stands. And you have, I'd say probably about 2 foot by 2 foot windows with thick bars across them that can see into the pit itself. But give me a perception check real quick. See how much you guys ascertain.
Come on, boys.
It's an improvement. 9.
All right, you see the 2 foot by 2 foot slots with the iron gates, and between those two rolls, a little low, so it takes you a minute to look around, but after about 30-45 seconds, you're both like, there's no exit out of here.
Well, that's disheartening.
After a few more minutes, some other individuals show up. You see what looks to be kind of a shorter male come in, and then a bit of a taller female half elf also walks in after a few more minutes, and then almost near the end of this, you see this kind of older looking male come in, kind of about average height. So between all of you, and then just before that halfling you had seen yesterday begins to walk in, and then just before he manages to get in, you see this kind of a fiery flash of an arm kind of push him aside as this female character begins to walk into the wedding room. Pyre, if you would describe yourself, please. Hello?
Pyre is a her genasi with red fiery markings all over her body, with fiery red hair and fiery eyes.
Okay. Skin tone?
Black. It
That's
looks
right,
like
that's
burnt
right.
wood with embers.
That's right. I was remember. So the two of you watch as this kind of blackened skin tone female push the halfling aside. She's like, "Watch out, I'm coming." She walks in. She
Hey,
has
there's
this
no fighting before the event.
She has this.
I'm gonna lean over to Kelvin and say, "Hey, I bet it's a water genasi."
But
What's that?
As she steps in, Pyre, you kind of take your own corner to the side. You've been through this before. You're used to how it goes. The halfling steps in, kind of brushes his shoulder off a bit. All right, calm down. He looks over the gathering members that are here. All right. First of all, I'd like to welcome all of you to the Iron Coliseum. If it's your first time here, the Summer Solstice event today will mostly be the individual groups, also known as Last Man Standing. Each of you will be fighting through a round robin of creatures we brought in all around, along with some magical items that we brought in here shortly to give some flair to the groups. These creatures are from all over and rather dangerous, but don't be afraid. We do have a... Where... And he kind of looks around, and at this point you see what looks to be about a 5'11", almost 6 foot half drow walk in, wearing kind of like these purplish and white robes with what you notice immediately kind of red rope around his hands and wrists. And he just kind of comes in very quietly and steps to the side. Ah, yes, our resident cleric here. Should anybody go down, don't be worried. We have plenty of measures in place to keep you from dying. Now, on to rewards, unless there's any other questions. Good. Rewards. Every fight you win is 5 gold plus 30% of the pot for your fight. When the last fighter standing is determined, you will get your 50% of the last fighter standing pot, along with 50 gold, along with the reputation of the individual gladiator events. You will have free reign to 2 nights of drinks and food, along with a grant to return next year for free of charge. Any questions?
Nope.
All right. And he kind of gives a bit of a nod to the head, and he begins to pull out a sheet with some words on it. I need my 3 individuals partaking in this event to roll a d20.
Ooh, okay. Oh, great. We're going to continue with the god-awful rolls. That's a 4.
That's a 1.
Wow.
Could be worse. Good night.
At least you're being consistent with your fours, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, really consistent. And then I can't get a perception above 6 today, but I'm going to wind up not getting below like a 19 to hit, so.
Probably.
That's what we're going to speak into the world here.
Pyre?
Where is that? Look, I'm not finding it.
On your Roll20 screen, to the left, there should be a little dice option if you hover over it, and then on the left-hand side of that, you should see the D20 in
Yeah.
a box.
I completely missed that.
That's all right.
There we
10.
go.
You're going first.
All right.
Oh, my.
The halfling looks to you. Well, looks like you're first. And he kind of points to the wall where there's this now that you look at it, everyone gets a better view of it, probably about a foot large glowing rune. And Pyre, you're used to this. You walk over to it, place your hand on it, and I will now get us to our live map. You are brought in on the southern kind of portal point. I'll drag you on. Perfect. As you are into the arena, kind of roll your shoulders a bit, looking around. Crowd seems to be filtering in a bit. If the girls want to place themselves where they wish in the stands, more than welcome to. Actually, girls, give me a perception check real quick.
Ooh.
Yes. Ooh.
Ooh.
Wow, that took forever to go over. There it is.
Wow, nice. 21, 23. As you come up from these points, which are here and here, signified by those shadows as you come out, you notice that up in this here, looking around, you notice the Turin family. The Lord and Lady had taken a seat. But you're welcome to place yourselves wherever you may see fit.
I might go sit by them.
Okay.
And I will be on the opposite side. Doink.
Bloop.
She'd probably be like over here.
Yeah, I like that better.
We'll say, Pyre, as you're looking around getting ready, you watch as the symbol directly across from you begins to light up and glow.
Alright.
As this kind of a hulking 10 to 12 foot large figure just in. He kind of looks around and you notice it is a rather large and beefy bugbear that has been brought into the arena for you. Roll initiative. For the boys, you're not missing out. There is that 2 foot by 2 foot window with iron bars you can see through, and you see this creature just boom into the arena, give that shout, and then you see it begins to go into a charge. Wow, 21 for initiative. Fantastic. Ooh, what's your dex bonus?
My dex bonus.
Yes.
My dex is
What was that?
16.
Okay, you win. He rolled a 21 too. All right. I'm going to minimize this, get out of the way. Initiative starts, and you watch this creatures come in holding this large, looks like a battle axe on one end, and then kind of like a maul hammer on the other side, two-handed. He's roared and begins to chart and begins to move, but you're first, so what do you want to do?
I am my great axe
Okay.
and kind of charge at him too.
Okay.
Head to head.
Yeah.
So you're going to move 30 feet up to him?
Yeah. I think that it did.
Do you have control of your character?
Yeah, hold on.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You'd be about to go about here.
Yeah. There we go.
So you're going to use your action to close the distance, or are you just going to wait there for him to come to you?
Wait for him to come to me.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to do with your bonus action or anything?
No, not currently.
Okay. The bugbear will push in his 30 feet. Actually, he also has to be 25 feet. And runs up to you.
Alright.
Pulls back his two-handed weapon, both hands, just comes in, roar, and takes a swing at you.
Alright.
Oof. That is a natural 20.
Alright.
Let's see here. Be is that right? Yeah. Be 24 points of damage.
Alright.
As he just rushes in, both hands, and just wow, catches you right across the jaw. Actually, part of like your jaw and your like upper clavicle. Just two hands, bam, right against you. But as it came up to you, you do your attack as well.
Alright. I'm going to rage.
You can rage on your turn.
Okay.
This would be the attack you were holding.
Oh,
It goes off.
okay. Alright. Then hit him with the great axe.
Okay. Roll to hit. That hits. Roll damage. I believe you can just click on the great axe underneath your roll in roll 20. It should roll it for you.
Oh, I thought I did.
I don't see it in chat.
Okay. Did that go through?
That was another 2 hits. Like in the roll 20 chat itself, where it has like 18, if you hover over the great axe, it should change to the finger pointer, and then click that.
Okay. There we go.
There you go. 9 points of slashing damage. Nice.
Sorry, Discord was messing up.
No, that's all right. All right, so that was your held attack. Now comes your turn.
All right. I'm going to rage.
Okay. As you let out, how do you rage? What does it look like?
I just automatically, you can see like my hair starts moving like it's actual fire.
Nice.
And nobody in the stands can see this, but the bugbear in front of me, my eyes go white with tints of blue, and I've got this kind of sinister smile as I start.
Okay. So it's not so much just a loud yell, it's just a and then your hair almost seems to be wafting as living flame at this point. The embers in your skin almost like veins of fire intensifying. Eyes glazed over with pure white intensity, flickers of blue within them. And what do you do with your action? So that was your bonus
Then I'm
action, so
good.
now.
I'm going to swing my great axe.
Okay. 10 does not hit.
Man.
Anything else?
That's it.
All right. He's going to attempt to use his weapon against you. It's 22 to hit. For 6 points of damage, and that is halved for your raging. But that's his turn. Your turn.
All right. I am great axe at him again.
Okay. You do have reckless if you want to, but you don't have to.
Okay.
Just give me a reminder. But a 14 does not hit. You're both kind of swinging, and as you come down with your great axe, he takes his and just knocks it aside. Kind of laughs at you. Tiny woman. Anything else for your turn? Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. He'll take a swing. Ooh, 12 to hit? I don't think that hits, does it?
Oh, it doesn't.
No, he kind of knocks yours aside and laughs at you, and as he comes down, this huge grip, huge overhead swing, you just put both your hands up across your axe and block it just above your head before your muscles tense and you push it off. Your turn. What do you want to do?
Did a reckless attack.
You want to go reckless?
Uh-huh.
Okay, go ahead. Roll the advantage.
That's strength, right?
What was that?
It's strength, right?
No, you just click the button up top that says advantage and then click on your weapon attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Thank you.
Whew. 14 does not hit. Two of you are kind of trading blows back and forth. One's blocking the other. He just actually takes his left hand and catches by the kind of the handle of your axe and holds it in place before pushing you back. End of your turn?
Yeah.
All right. He's going to make his attack against you with advantage. 20.
Yep.
They reduced in half, 7 points of damage. That's his turn. Back to yours.
Right. I'm gonna pull out one of my hand.
Okay. $25 hits. 9 points of damage. Nice. You can take your hand axe, kind of holding your main axe in your. Are she right-handed or left-handed? Kelly.
Handed.
It cut out. What was that?
Right-handed.
Okay. You hold your axe in your right hand, and then you kind of reach down behind you where you kind of have tucked away a hand axe, and with this kind of upward cut to where kind of his rib section is, you dig it in, and it felt deep. He looks pretty hurt now. Digging in, he roars out, roar, smacks your hand aside. Little hand axe still kind of stuck in him. Anything else for your turn?
That's it.
All right, he'll take his swing against you. 19 to hit.
That hits.
Halved 8 points of damage. That'll be the end of his turn.
All right.
Your turn.
I'm going to try again with my great axe.
All right, regular or reckless?
Reckless.
All right, go for it. Hey, that'll hit. 13 points of damage. Woo. That does it. As his own kind of axe comes down, his axe maul combo comes down and catches you on the blade end, kind of across your torso. You kind of push down to the left and you slide your grip all the way down to the bottom of your axe, and just with this huge like upward golf swing, just take him out from like the lower right all the way up to the left shoulder. Just spray of blood goes everywhere as the bugbear just falls backwards. Just crowds on their feet. Some of the people who are like, Pyre, 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 chanting your name. Well done, though. Kind of collect yourself, and as you walk back to the circle that brought you here, you walk into the lower kind of glyph that's been carved into the ground, and you're brought back into the waiting room.
All right.
Good job, though. So, Snow and Cathal, all of you got to watch this great fight. Give all of you a moment to react or do anything you want to do before we move on to the next one.
I'm just kind of jotting down, scrawling things. Writing helps my memory kind of stick. So even if I'm not physically like writing it down in a book or something, even if I'm just like, I don't know, writing with my finger on the wall, it helps kind of keep it in my mind. Some of her attack patterns in case I have to come into combat with her later.
Okay.
What the bugbear was using, what its tactic was, that kind of stuff. Just keeping mental notes for when I have my turn.
Okay. I believe up next in the initiative roll earlier was Tam.
Yes.
Okay. The halfling kind of looks to Pyre. Well, seen you do it worse, I guess. He'll look over to Tam. All right. You're up. Walk to the wall.
All right.
Put your hand on the symbol. Take us into the pit.
Okay. As I kind of walk over and I kind of, I don't know, limber up a little bit, stretch out, stretch my arms for a second. And right before I touch the wall, my hair goes up into that tight kind of warrior's knot at the back.
Okay.
And turn around, toss Kelvin my cloak because I don't want to give someone an unnecessary handhold. And left hand on my whip, right hand goes to touch the symbol.
I do not catch the cloak.
Wow.
Wow.
I have no words. Again.
Cold-blooded.
In the Coliseum, there are no friends.
Obviously.
What about common courtesy, you douche?
You're in a
Or
gladiator
common
pit.
courtesy.
I don't know if courtesy exists in a gladiator pit.
I don't think so either. All right, but
Oh my god, I can't wait for you to need 8 hours of sleep later.
you place your hand on the you place your hand on the glyph and are just kind of pulled through until you were in the southern entrance of the pit.
Okay.
I'm going to pick up his cloak and then walk over to the Goliath. I think he said he wanted you to have this.
You are awful. But
Oh, I take my spot.
all right, Tamriel, you're in there, kind of looking about
Yep.
for a minute. It's not long before you see the glyph across from you glow. And this large as you, because it's a medium creature, frog apparates into the space.
Okay.
It kind of looks around. And it sees you. And it starts moving towards you. Roll initiative.
Aha!
Wow, nice. Oh yeah, way better than him. All right, Tam, you got first. What do you do?
25. I'm gonna step right about here.
Okay.
I am going to whip in hand, and I am going to wait for him to get within range of me to be able to strike him, and hopefully catch him off guard before he realizes that he has to come all the way in.
Okay. Let's see this thing here. Okay. It will move 5, 10, 15. It'll move 15 feet before you watch as it crouches down real low and you see all the muscles in its legs tense, and it jumps into the air, arcing at about 10 feet high before coming down on top of you.
Of course.
But I will say that your held action would go off first since you have a bit of a reach to yourself. So go ahead and make an attack.
Okay.
9 does not hit. So yeah, as he's coming up, you see it crouch down. These muscles tense and push off the ground. You're like, what? And you try to adjust and change how you move your arm around, and it's just underneath where its legs are quickly tucked up. You just barely miss. Just whoosh, it cracks as it comes down on you, and its mouth opens. And for a normal toad, you'd be like, oh yeah, it's just gums. No, there are teeth lining the inside
Of course there are
of it.
teeth. Bitch. Alright.
That's a natural 20. Wow.
Dude.
Whew, that's a lot.
Of course it is.
You take 11 points of piercing damage
Okay.
and 13 points of cold damage as his teeth sink into just a huge portion of like your upper shoulder, chest, and back. It's trying to like eat you essentially, but it didn't quite get a good enough grip.
Yeah.
But it is like you can feel as its jaws like into you. You feel an extra like down as its muscles in its jaw tense. It has you grappled.
Of course it does. Alright.
It's the end of its turn. At the top of its turn, you take 1 point of cold damage just being in proximity to this creature. And then it's your turn.
Of course. Okay, well. Here's... Oh, I'm at disadvantage right now to hit him, aren't I? Because I'm grappled.
I don't think grappled condition causes disadvantage.
It's restrained.
It's
okay.
Restrained. Your move speed is 0, I believe.
There we go. 19?
19 hits.
19 hits. I'm going to pop a use of, and this is early, but I'm going to need it. No, I'm not going to do it just yet. Alright, I'm going to roll the hit. Roll 8 damage.
Okay, it takes 8 points of damage.
Bonus action, with my improved whip maneuvers, I am going to attack him again with a 25 to hit.
25 hits for sure.
For 11 slashing damage.
11 points damage. Very nice.
Okay.
So as this creature has come down to bite on you in such close melee range, you actually kind of bring over half your whip back, and you just kind of short grip it, and whip it around the creature itself, almost hitting yourself, but knowing the length of your whip you need to be at, you manage to get it around the creature for enough of an arc to whoosh, whoosh, twice on its back.
Okay.
Your turn?
I guess I'm... Yeah, I mean, movement 0. That was about action and bonus action.
All right. It will end its grapple on you and attempt to bite again.
Okay.
20 to hit.
20 hits.
You take 7 points of piercing damage and 8 points of cold damage.
I am down.
You are down?
I am down.
Okay.
I had 15. I had 14. You did 15.
Okay. As soon as you kind of go unconscious, and Cathalia, Snow, everybody... Cathalia and Snow, you see it first. Kind of see him thud over. And there's a kind of a bell that goes off as an alarm in the area, and you watch as a couple of archers that have been perched up just begin to rain down arrows on this creature and quickly take it down. And then you watch as this, those of you inside the waiting room, watch as the half-drow that had been there rushes to the symbol into the arena and moves over the tam, and he reaches down to you and will cast Cure Wounds at, I'd say, 2nd level. So you be 20? Yeah, 20. You revive 20 hit points.
All right.
As you kind of come back to consciousness, you watch as this cleric is kind of reaching his hand away from you and reaches down his other hand to kind of help you to your feet.
Well, that was an absolute failure.
Well, to be fair, that first bite looked pretty rough.
It was. Normally I'm used to having other people around to help distract some of this stuff.
Well, there's always next year, right?
We'll see.
You both head back to the glyph, and you are pulled into the waiting room. All of you who have been watching this can make any reactions or anything you want to do.
I've had something nagging at the back of my mind that I might do.
What's that?
Snow. Well, she was gonna do it earlier, but held off because she actually enjoys watching the fights. But at this point, she is going to remember that they are there for a purpose. She will cast Pass Without a Trace. She will try to stealth around both the gladiator rooms and what she can get of the understructure of the arena.
Okay.
She's looking for those magical weapons.
Okay.
So, I will burn Pass Without a Trace.
Okay.
That is 2nd level. There we go. And... So 16 plus 10, 26.
Okay. Yeah, as you're kind of sitting there in the stands looking around, kind of huddle over a little bit, doing your best to keep your incantation to yourself. And as you kind of stand up and move underneath, you definitely feel the elements of the shadows almost wrapping themselves around you as you move through what seems to be for lack of a better word, the underbelly of the stands, or the under area. You see various other rooms, a couple of banners that have been quickly put together, kind of pointing, group waiting room. And then you see one that's like caged creatures, keep out, and it kind of has 2 Goliath guards nearby. They don't notice you, of course, because you are rather sneaky, but you do see 2, one Goliath, one just very large human kind of cross arms, standing there looking around. But you don't seem to catch any glimpse of any items or nothing to point the way to where, hey, it's over here.
Mm-hmm.
Kelvin.
Yes.
Tamriel has returned to the waiting room. They call your name and
As he returns, I'm holding the cloak up. Oh, I got it for you. Here you go.
Yeah, thanks.
Turn around.
And I turn around, pick it up, and tie it, and throw the hood up, and go stand in front of a window.
okay.
I am 110% sulking.
Kelvin, you are brought into the pit, and you see now like there's a good little crowd around you, kind of all looking down around. Most of the people seem to be having drinks or food, kind of looking down at the festivities below you. Just grabbing my token real quick. That's perfect. Kelvin, as you're looking across the way, you notice the glow of the glyph and kind of animating upward, or not animating, but apparating upward. It starts with kind of a pair of like steel boots up to greaves, up to like the thigh armor, and in front of you there seems to be just a suit of armor standing there.
Okay.
A few moments go by before the armor seems to come to life. It's two fists ending in spiked, kind of almost look like large nails or daggers that have been fashioned to the fist. And its kind of visor kind of looks left, looks right, and then locks on you and begins to walk forward. Roll initiative.
Nice.
Nicely done. 21.
Solid.
He did not roll as well. It's Kelvin, your turn.
All of this is about to be bad because I as a person know this, but as a character I don't. All right. So I am going to cast spiritual weapon.
Okay.
Uh, 17 to hit.
17 does not hit.
Yeah, I know. But it is right there. Actually, it's right there.
Okay.
And then as that's my bonus action, and as my action, I'm going to cast a cantrip. I am going to cast Mind Sliver.
Okay. Kind of saving throw was that?
It is a DC 15 intelligence save.
Yeah, no. 1 point of psychic damage.
1 psychic, and it's a negative D4 to its next saving throw.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
And I'm going to move 20 feet over here.
Okay. It will move 25 feet towards you. Then it will... Let me see here. Yeah, it will use its action to move 25 feet. So right there. It's the end of its turn. Kelvin?
To start my turn, I'm going to move 30 feet over here.
Okay.
And I am going to cast Bane at first level.
Okay.
That is a DC 15 Charisma saving throw minus 1d4.
Well, he definitely fails.
Okay. So now all of his everything has a -4 as long as I have concentration.
What color would you like to be for your Bane?
Yellow.
That's right. Okay. Sounds your turn.
No, I'm not gonna move that. I'm not gonna move that yet. That was that as a. That was my action. Bonus action, I'm going to move my spiritual weapon 20 feet. I believe that's all I can move it.
Yes.
Yeah. There. That's the end of my turn.
Okay. We'll move 25 feet. And we'll use action to move 5 more feet to get within range of you. And you watch as its fists both begin to pull back at the end of its turn. Start of your turn. What would you like to do?
I am going to move my spiritual weapon closer as my bonus action, and as my action, I am going to cast Toll the Dead.
Okay. Say wisdom save?
Yes, it is a DC 15 wisdom saving throw.
He's done 1 point of damage.
I rolled a -3.
Wow.
So he takes 1d12 of damage. He takes 1 point of damage.
1 point of damage.
Oh my god.
Wow.
The nat ones are strong with this one.
I can't with y'all today.
Do you want to move, or is that the end of your turn?
No, that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay. Top of his turn, it's going to make 2 melee attacks against you.
With a -d4.
-d4, that's correct. $15 to hit.
No.
Second attack. 22 to hit.
No. Yes, that
What do
hits.
you mean no? So the first fist comes down, and I'm guessing you cast mage armor?
Yeah, I
think I
cast.
saw you
When
cast
I
that
see the
earlier.
other guy crit, I'm just like, mage armor.
Yeah, so the first fist comes down, and it actually stops about an inch from your body. Just gong! Pulls it back, looks at it, looks at his other fist, pushes harder, and actually manages to clock you right in the middle of the chest for 4 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
That's the end of its turn. It's now your turn.
All right, I'm gonna move my spiritual weapon right behind it, and it's going to attack.
Okay, make an attack.
$18 to hit.
That hits.
8 force damage.
All right, nice.
Yeah.
It's bonus action. We're gonna do with your action.
Action, I am going to Toll the Dead again.
Okay.
DC 15 Wisdom saving throw
Give
with
me
a negative
Constitution
D4.
saving throw.
Oh, first I need to make sure I have Bane up.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine. Con save?
Yeah. I don't think you can fail this, honestly. Yeah, you're good.
18.
Yeah, you're fine. It's still there.
Well, I could. I have to roll a 5. I have to roll a 1 through 4, which I've been doing consistently.
True. Okay. So he fails. Roll your damage.
Okay. D12. 6.
Nice. As the bell kind of resonates, boom! You watch as the whole armor kind of shakes and vibrates through. It's starting to see came a little loose for a minute before it had to pull itself back together. End of your turn?
Yes.
Okay. We'll attempt to make 2 more slam attacks. Uh, 19 to hit.
Hits.
6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And a minus D4. 19 again. 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
How many?
3. Need
Okay.
2 concentration checks from you, please.
Yes. 13?
Good.
14.
Good. All right. It's the end of his turn.
At least those are going well.
It's the beginning of your turn.
Spiritual weapon's going to attack.
Okay. Roll the hit.
14's gonna miss.
Does not hit.
Knowing, yeah, no, I'm gonna hit him with Toll the Dead again.
Okay. Yeah, it's a fail. He cannot make wisdom saves.
5 points of damage.
Okay. Anything else?
No.
All right, he's going to make his 2 attacks against you. That's a miss. That could be a miss. Ooh. 16?
16 just hits.
All right, 3 points of bludgeoning damage. The first fist, once again, kind of comes down and tries to crack you right in the skull, but you watch as the force just stops about an inch from your body before its second fist comes up and just catches you across the jaw.
There's a little bit of blood trickling out of my mouth.
Give me a concentration check.
Yeah. 25.
Wow, natural 20. Nice. You hold concentration strong. Can't break your mind. Gosh. You need to get rid of this bane so I can hit you more. It's your turn, though.
Yeah, I'm going to I'm gonna hit him with the spiritual weapon. 12 is not gonna hit. And then I'm going to just it's been working, so Toll the Dead.
Toll the Dead, okay. He fails again.
7.
It's definitely looking hurt now. As you kind of reach out with that new spellcasting focus and outward from a point right over the enemy, you kind of watch as this boom comes out, the armor rattles. You actually see like a piece or two, just the runes on the inside power down and clang clang, like 1 or 2 pieces just fall off. It's kind of starting to jitter a bit in place. It's still holding together, but it's looking rough. End of your turn?
Yes.
Alright. Make us 2 attacks. That's a miss. That's it. Both miss. Both come down. You actually kind of getting used to the pattern. You dodge the first one. The second one catches you, but once again, that mage armor just stops it from about an inch away from impact. Just whiff. Kong! Top of your turn.
All right. I'm going to use the spiritual weapon to attack.
Okay, roll a hit. That hits.
22 to hit. 7 force.
All right. What's your spiritual weapon look like again?
It's the it's a holy looking mace kind of thing.
Okay. So as the mace kind of reaches up, you watch as the head of the spikes actually grows about a half a size larger, comes down and boom, completely dents this armor from the back inward. From you where you're in, you can see. You watch as it comes back behind the creature, like, oh, it's gonna be good. Kong! And you watch as the inside of the armor dents towards you before all the runes kind of and just pieces clang 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 clang. The helmet finally Kong, ting, 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 right at your feet.
I'm gonna kick it.
Okay. You hit it. It hurts a little bit. It rolls. Clang, 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 clang. Congratulations. You are welcome yourself.
I do like the overexcited, like stand up clap scream thing.
Oh yeah, everybody that's been watching this is like, yeah, yeah, clapping. There's drinks being flown up in the air real quick.
This sorcerer just face tanked this suit of armor.
Pretty much. With some ingenious use of spells. Well done.
I'm gonna walk around a little bit, do that little arm raise. Kelvin! Kelvin!
Okay. You watch as
Can't wait for him to throw like an Empyrean or something at you in the second round for all of this.
As you're looking, you see the Lord and Lady Turin kind of sitting there clapping. You see him kind of shake his fist a little bit for his wife's like, dear. He's, sorry. But you return to the waiting room, pulled through the glyph once again. Vroom. Very well done. I think there is where we will take our break. That was really good, actually. Very nicely done. Very nicely done. So yeah, everybody watching, we're going to take a quick 10-minute break. Those of you at my table, please enjoy your 10-minute break, and I'll see you back in a bit. And welcome back, everyone. Thank you for hanging out during our little break. Got some snacks and water, hopefully, everybody. And
I have a cookie.
back to the table. You have what kind of a cookie?
Peanut butter.
Okay, I'll be there in about an hour. I love.
Come on over.
I love peanut butter cookies.
Good to know.
They're literally my favorite.
Very good to know.
Noted.
But okay.
I make some pretty awesome peanut butter cookies. I'm just saying.
Oh, man.
They are pretty awesome.
Now I'm getting excited. I'm not gonna say I can be bribed, but if I was.
But advantage may or may not start dropping like flies.
So this is how we earn inspiration from the DM. Just give him cookies.
No, not like that. Through good roleplay and fun times, that's how you get it.
And cookies.
And cookies. Anyways, we've seen 3
And people spending their bankroll.
and people spending their bankroll. That's right. We've seen 3 of the fighters go in. The next 2 are NPCs. So I will say, for the next about 5 to 10 minutes, the party, everyone pretty much has themselves. Those of you in the waiting room and those of you in the stands, you've got about 5 to 10 minutes to yourself. The fights don't take that long. You watch as, actually it would be 3. You watch as a kind of a longer braided human male, about 5'6", comes into the fighting arena, and across from him is a similar creature to what Tamriel had gone against, but its skin tone being a little bit different. You can watch as he kind of brings out a long sword and a shield, and through his fights, let's see how he does. Pulls off a victory.
Heavy ass die every time it lands.
Yep. He's brought back. Next, you watch as a kind of a taller individual, about 6'1", but very slender build, goes through, brandishes a pair of daggers, and you watch as kind of the similar. And you see kind of a theme here with this first round of fights. You see another set of animated armor come out. And through using the 4 pillars in the middle of the arena there, let's see how he does. That's good. Ooh. Oh, that'll make up for it. Alright. As he deploys various tactics of kind of hiding and moving, the daggers eventually sink into some of the runes, holding this animated armor together, and it down to the ground. For the last one, you watch as the female half-elf, who's been kind of babying a hand crossbow and this satchel of bolts by her side, gets up off the wall she's been against, walks over to the glyph, puts her hand on it, just pulled through. Another frog-like creature coming out, and I will say for this, everybody's passive is enough. You watch as she seems very skilled with this crossbow, able to bring off quite a few attacks at point blank and range. And she does okay, barely managing to pull out a win. She looks pretty worse for wear, but she comes back across the other side, down that cleric that I've been with you earlier, tends to her wounds, and then is there anything you want to accomplish in this bit of time you have? Probably about 2 to 3 minutes. Those of you in the waiting room or those of you in the stands.
The cleric that's in the room with everyone, does he heal everyone back to full?
Not yet. Not from what you
Okay.
see. He seems to be just tending to those who have gone down or helping with physical bandaging.
Is the halfling that's running the show, is he by himself? Or is he standing next to his bodyguards?
He's by himself. He's in eye shot of those from at the front doors, but he's just standing there kind of reading over the list.
Is there anybody else that's like nearby in earshot?
It would be dependent.
Like, how close would they be?
Well, the room's only like 20 by 30 that you were in, or 20 by 40.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
That'll be dependent upon. I know the other ones have kind of gone to their own respective areas of this room. That'll be dependent upon Kelvin and Pyre. Where would you two be kind of standing by?
I would be near Tam.
Okay. Pyre?
Unless he, like, motioned me away.
I'd be kind of close, not real close, just enough to, if it's my turn, I can hear him.
Okay. So there you go, Tam.
Kelvin, would you step over here with me for a moment?
Yes, I will make my way over.
I'm gonna kind of walk over and, as non-threateningly as possible, kind of lean over to where where I'm kind of speaking quietly to where my voice isn't gonna carry the halfling. But I don't want to do it in a way that's gonna like make his bodyguards nervous. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I want to ask. Is there somewhere we can speak privately in between these rounds real quick?
Kind of gives you a shifty look. A little persuasion check.
Okay. Yeah, never mind. He's not going to listen to me.
He's like, no, but give it a minute. We're almost to our intermission.
Okay, sure. And I'm going to step away.
Okay. After the last of the other three individuals that have been with you, all 6 of you are back in the room. The halfling you see him pull out a little stone. And he kind of turns away and just kind of says, all right, you can start the intermission. Kind of puts it away. And at this point, those of you that are in the stands and those of you that are close enough to the window, you hear this voice come over the Coliseum itself. Those of you, patrons, guests, contenders, thank you for joining us for this morning's festivities of the Solstice event. And everyone kind of, yeah, cheers. Those were riveting rounds of fights to start with. Except for that one poor lad with the teeth marks. We'll see if he can make a comeback in the next rounds. Until then, please enjoy yourselves. We'll meet back in about a couple of minutes for the group event. And then after that, round 2 of the individuals. In that moment, you kind of are all kind of, all right. The halfling's like, all right, everybody out. The groups have got to come in. All of you are ushered out of this room. It's just left to wander where you wish. The other 3 that were there, you see is 2 of them kind of seem to stick together a little bit, and the 3rd one wanders off. And then you'd see probably about 3 to 4 groups of probably about 4 to 5 people begin to wander in your direction.
All right.
And you see another human female kind of come by. She's a little rough and tumble looking, but she has the same kind of a scroll as a halfling does. And they kind of have a few hushed tones from each other before she walks into the room with the groups, and the halfling looks to Tam. All right. I guess you probably want to talk about how you can get back into the contest.
Actually, I can see how you'd think that, but my question is more of, how do I put this without making it sound like I'm threatening you? And I'm going to say this out loud because I don't talk to people very well, and I don't talk with people very often. Are your magical weapons that you've brought in, are they protected?
No, we just put them on the street for anybody to look at them.
Sure, that's not what I meant. I meant, do you have guards? Do you use the Queen's shield? Do you have personal bodyguards for it? My concern is, I've got some friends that aren't really friends that told me about people that I like even less, that said that they were going to be making a move on your weapons during this event. It's part of the reason why I signed up, because your magical weapons in these people's hands is very dangerous, and especially for this city. And while I don't belong to this city, I don't want to see evil done. And I don't want them done with your weapons, which was not your intent. Does any of that make sense?
Right. Well, luckily my guards are better than you at combat, so I think we'll be okay.
Well, thank God for small miracles.
Is there anything else you wanted, weird man?
Nope, that was it. Thanks. Have a great day.
All right, get
And
out
I'm
of
just
here.
going to kind of walk off.
Kelvin, Pyre.
Right. I'm just gonna bring up the rear and everything, just kind of walk around, because if I'm not fighting, I don't have much to do. So.
Yeah, at this point, all of you are essentially welcome to your own devices for the next about hour and a half as the intermission takes place. The groups do their fight, so you can use this time to take a short rest, heal up any hit dice.
Yeah, I would go up to Pyre. So, you took a punch to the face. That was impressive.
Isn't that the point?
Well, I would think the point was to not get hit as much as possible.
Each their own, I
Leave
guess.
that beast down.
It wasn't nothing. Wasn't my best fight, but at least I won.
You did. Good on you.
I see you won too. Actually, kind of surprised by that.
That makes two of us.
At least you're
Tired.
honest.
Pyre kind of looks him up and down, kind of like, why is this person talking to me? And
Oh, yeah,
how
he is
did he
a
win?
full-blown orc that is dressed in what you can tell clerical robes and uses magic.
Yes, I'm in my white outfit.
Oh, you're in your
Oh, yeah.
fancy outfit.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
I'm always in my fancy
he is
outfit.
straight repping his Paylor jersey.
All right.
So yeah, white on white with gold trim.
Fantastic. Snow. It's about
Well,
this time
my hunt.
as you're going about the, and we'll go back if anybody needs to, but if nobody has anything, we'll move forward as the next hour and a half-ish comes to a close. Anyone that wants to use hit dice to heal up during your short rest is more than welcome to, as I, for Snow, as you're kind of sneaking around, and just as you can feel that bit of druidic nature begin to leave your surroundings from Pass Out Trace, you notice as what looks to be a almost like a cask or a large box being carried by two individuals and then flanked by 6 individuals is being transported from one location towards where you had noticed your allies kind of waiting aside.
Okay.
Now give me a perception check, please.
Of course. Excuse all your hit dice, boys, coming through. 24.
You notice as 2 of the individual fighters you had seen in the pit not too far off from you and barely got this. They were very well hidden. But the 24, you managed to get it. You can see them kind of also on the other side of the kind of archways and using the pillars to their advantage. You can see the, what would have been, make sure I get this correct here. You see the gentleman who had been using daggers, and then the one with the sword and shield kind of sticking to the shadows and just pretty much following this group and box as it moves. They don't seem to be moving towards it, but they're definitely paying close attention to it. Where it came from, who's around it, and where it's going.
Is there any indication that they have noticed me as of yet?
I say with that high of a roll, it looks like no, and you're unsure if it's because they're not looking for you or they're just that focused on the group and the box being moved.
Okay.
I would say all of you probably took your rest in the stands. Those who rested.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
As the groups wrap up their fight against incredible creatures from beyond the land, you see kind of like a larger winged creature get felled, and manners of things you really haven't seen in this area at all. They definitely brought out what seems to be all the stops for this event. Before you hear like this bit of a chime, like boom, boom. Individual gladiators, please return to the waiting area.
Stand up and head out.
Yep.
I think
I'm gonna walk in shaking my head.
Just froze.
Ruh-roh.
It did. That's a first.
Not frozen on my end, just FYI.
Still going? Okay, it picked
Yep.
back up. The program itself on my computer froze, so I was very confused.
Huh.
Yeah, huh. Anyways, you're all kind of getting that announcement to please return. And then you all meet up, well rested for your short rest. Those of you remaining, roll a d20. Let's see who goes first. I'll roll theirs over here. You for you. This one for
Hey,
this one.
Kelvin's in the double
This
digits
one
now.
for this
Oh, look at that. I get to die first.
one. Okay. Tam, as you're coming back towards the halfling, holds his hands up. Hold on. Not you. Unless there is a way to get back in the run-ins, but it's your choice. Normally, it's 5 gold per win, then a bit of the percentage of the pot. And then, if you continue to win and stay in, you get a bigger cut. If you sacrifice 50% of your pay, you can come back in. Your choice, of course.
Sure.
All right. Get in.
All right.
Tam, you are first. As all of you come into the room, you notice there's been a new box that's been placed into the middle, and there's also 6 guards there with you. A mixture of what seems to be a uniform you're unfamiliar with, and I would say Tamriel and Pyre, give me a history check.
Okay.
Okay.
17.
Nice. That'll do it. Both of you kind of recall this other mixture of guards there as the King's Blades. They are the official military force of the kingdom. Not usually seen around the capital itself because that's mostly on the shoulders of the Queen's Shield to take care of the city's borders. But you would imagine that with whatever's going on here, with 3 members from each side, it's definitely something to be well protected. As the halfling comes over the case, he puts his hand on it and slaps it. Psh! All right, this is where the fun begins. For round 2, you will be receiving a magical item that you will use temporarily while you're in the arena. You come back, you give it back. Any sass? These 6 take your freaking hands off. Any questions?
Sir.
Everybody's like, no questions here. Nope. Right. Tam, since you're currently on a losing streak, you're in first. Come on up.
Okay.
Do me a favor. Roll a d10.
Okay.
So excited.
8.
8. Oh, roll d4.
Oh, God. Okay. 4.
4. Okay. All right, for you, we'll give you this. And he pulls out a smaller box that's inside the... As he opens it up, you see like a couple of manner of things in there. But you don't give too good of a look as he closes it quickly and pulls off a smaller case, opens it up, and it has 4 little beads in it. Probably about the size of... about the size of a D20, pretty much. He pulls out one that's kind of clear. All right. What main weapon will you be using?
I will hold out my whip.
Alrighty. Bring me the end of it, please.
Of course. And I spin the handle to where the bottom of the handle is facing towards him.
And he holds this gem over your handle, and you watch as it glows and begins to sink into the handle before down the entirety of the blade, or the entirety of your whip, you see this kind of gust of wind, kind of whoosh.
Ooh.
For the duration you have this in your item, you deal 1d4 extra force damage.
Awesome.
Alright. As you head in, you put your hand on the wall.
Yep.
Pushing it in.
Same spot?
Same spot.
Southern, same.
Yep.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure we're in the same.
You're good.
Okay.
You come in, you hear everyone kind of cheering, yeah! And you hear a voice echo over the arena, and now you can kind of see the source of it. You see this kind of an older male with very nice clothing on, and he holds a wand up to kind of his throat area as he speaks.
Yeah.
Welcoming back to the Iron Coliseum. In lieu of payment, seeking glory over gold. Tamriel. And then for this, you get to choose your opponent. Roll a D.
Oh, man.
Roll a D10 again.
6?
6?
Yes.
Okay.
God damn it. I don't like that maniacal giggle. I really don't.
I am terrified for you now.
Oh, yeah. No.
That
I was like,
teleports
oh,
an
cool.
ancient brass dragon.
I was like, this is going to be cool. I've got an extra D4, so that's like an extra 30% output. We got it this time. This is going to be good. And then that giggle just killed every hope I ever had.
Really? This is killing me. I do not like the way this works. Hey, Rick.
Yeah.
Where is the bestiary at?
It's in the journal.
Oh shit.
That's right. It's in the monster. Okay, I got it. Thank you. Where's your challenge? Okay.
I think you rolled for a tesseract.
There you are.
All right, F it. Force damage, go. At least 1d4 plus 4. If I can hit.
You watch as out of the glyph, 4 giant centipedes just come crawling. All their legs stuff coming out.
Oh, God.
Excuse
Okay.
me while I go vomit.
We have a player who's actually afraid of centipedes.
Ugh. Nasty.
It's okay. I'm going to do a group A, group B for them. Roll initiative.
Okay. Here's hoping. Ouch.
What'd you get?
15.
Okay.
Did it not attach to my character?
I'm not looking at your screen right now.
Oh, okay.
It did. I see it.
All right. There we go. Got it. Okay.
This will be kind of an off-the-cuff battle because I did a few things different here.
Okay.
Okay. So the first group actually rolled higher than you, and you watch as 2 of them make their way towards you. And then this one actually crawls up the statue about 5-10 feet, like encircling it. That's their turn. What do you do?
Right there, so I still got a little bit of distance here.
Okay.
Bring out that fancy new whip of mine.
Okay.
15 to hit.
15 hits.
Seven plus 4 is 11.
Nice.
I'll go for another hit with my bonus action. 7.
There's no need. It drops.
Oh, it dropped?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I wouldn't get that second attack.
Yeah. My
So it's 5, 10,
macro didn't
15,
work properly. It's alright.
20. I'm actually going to step right here for 30 feet. And I am going to... Well, no, I can't hide with my bonus action. I'm just going to kind of use the... kind of lean against... Wait, how tall are these statues? You said it was like 5, 10 feet?
No, they're like 15, 20 feet tall.
15, 20 feet tall. So there's
Yeah.
a good bit. So I'm going to kind of lean against one side and try and keep an eye on my enemies.
Okay.
As I've killed one and hope to God it doesn't stand back up.
Alright. End your turn. Second group goes. Crawl up this one. Pushes towards you. Alright. That's their turn. Top of initiative. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, God. Okay. Well, I'm not terrible at these. 26!
Okay. As you are pushed up against this statue relief, you begin to hear the grinding of stone on stone. And you look up just in time to watch the spear of this now what seems to be living statue kind of reach down and attempt to pierce right through you. And you're like, nope! And you just move out of the way as the spear just boom! And it's big. Like, it's as big as you are almost. In length, anyways, the spear itself.
Yeah.
And it just slams into the ground next to you before it comes back and goes to rest. And the other two that
Merciful.
are
So much
on
for
it
hiding.
also need to make a dexterity saving throw, and they both fail. As you see this happen, you hear. Can't see them right. Well, you can see one.
Yeah.
You see is one right here, just takes a hefty hit against what this would be the sword and shield one. It just reaches out quickly before going back to its resting position, and it's looking pretty hurt. The other one, let's see how the damage rolls on that one. You hear another screech of insect pain, but you don't hear anything else.
Okay. Okay.
And then top initiative, now they get their turn, Group A. These two, this one was a part of that group. Just taking that hit, it's going to slither down in the way. And see you. It's going to move right there and attempt to make a bite attack against you.
Okay. Nat 20, you say?
No, misses. 9. It comes
Awesome.
up and you're like, not this time, and you kind of expand your whip between your hands and widen your grip. And just as its jaws and its insect mouth try to come down, you kind of clutch between its teeth. And it kind of sits there and chews on it for a bit, like, before you finally push it off.
Okay.
And then, actually, he would need to make one too because he's within range. Also fails. So you would have heard another sound of this kind of screech come out.
Yeah.
He was part of group 2. He was part of group... That was group 1. That's okay. That was actually group 2. All right, your turn.
Going to attack the one that just tried to bite me.
Okay.
10 to
10
hit.
does not hit. As your whip reaches out to hit it, it just kind of slithers to the side.
Well, I definitely did not like the idea of this thing trying to stab me again. So even though it'll give the centipede the chance, I'm gonna kind of like roll backwards and like kind of like do like half a leaping back roll thing.
Okay.
This step right here, and I know that it would get an attack of opportunity if it so chose.
It misses.
Awesome. That was 5, 10, 15, 25, 30 right there. Outside of... Yeah, I really don't want to see what those statues are going to try and do again.
Okay. And your turn?
It just does not seem like a fun idea. End my turn. Yes, because there's nothing else I can really do.
Okay. Group 2, this one will skitter away to you. Attempt to bite you.
Okay.
15?
15 does not hit.
All right. As you come out of that roll and you're starting to get that blood pumping, it comes at you quick. And you're like, not this time. And you kind of roll to the side again as its mandibles snap just past your right shoulder. And this one got hit too, so it knows to stay away. It's just going to get away. It did not like that. This one, not sure what's going on. Let's make some move for you. It will take an attack against you. Another 15. Wow, these guys can't not get you. This one come at you. This time you roll to the left, and it just snaps just over your left shoulder.
Oh, okay.
That's the end of his turn. Now I need these two, because they are close in proximity, to make a dexterity saving throw. Where's the D20 at? There you are. Oof, one pass, one fail. You are my fail. Oof. You watch as this one here would have been the greatsword. It's
Yeah.
You see that its relief is kind of like royal almost, like with the sword facing down towards its feet.
Yeah.
Brings the blade up, switches its grip, and just takes this large arcing swing towards this creature. And you watch as it carves down almost the entirety of its back. Just whoosh! Before in one fluid motion, brings the blade around, flips it back upside down, and goes back to its resting position.
Okay.
That's the top of the turn. Now it's group 1. Would have been you. You're the only one left. Take his bite attack against you. It's not hit.
All right.
Your turn.
Okay, so which ones are still up that I can see? Is it just the 2 that are in front of me? Is it the 2 and then the one by the summoning circle?
It would be the 2 in front of you, and then you can see the one off in the summoning circle as well.
Okay, so I don't see about the other
one. You
one.
can see part of the other one. You see it still moving.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was looking for. All right, I'm going to attack that guy, the one that's catty corner to the statue.
Okay, roll a hit.
Dirty 20.
Roll a hit. Roll damage.
Is 9
It's down.
and 1. It's 10. Okay.
Nicely done. And you feel like as you take that whip crack, you see an extra burst of this like wind, almost like a wind blade come out from the crack of your whip, in like an orb blade of wind blades.
Kind of separate the things like head or whatever,
Oh, yeah.
mandible. Awesome. All right. After that, I'm gonna stand tall.
You still have your bonus action.
Bonus action has to be against the same creature.
Does it?
Yes,
Okay.
I just double checked to reread. Yes, it has to be against the same creature.
Okay.
So I don't get another. As much as I want it, I can't.
All right. End of your turn. Next group goes. The one next to you will take its bite attack against you. Wow, it can't hit. This one be
Okay.
just dodging it, knows to get away. 30, gets that far, take his bite attack against you. Does not hit. Take his bite attack. Also doesn't hit. Oh my gosh. 8, 7, 9. What is going on here? Tam, as these creatures are coming in, you're just like, not this time. I'm ready now. You've got your whip
It's like
out.
a zen moment. It's just it's fluid, man.
You're attacking these creatures as they come at you, but you're not doing enough to really deal damage, but you're using your whip as a defensive mechanism to kind of snap just at their mouths before the bite comes in. They rear back.
It's muscle memory. It's not even like I'm like half. It almost looks like I'm not focused on anything, as it's more of I'm just relying on pure instinct, catching what's coming in and what's not. So,
Definitely.
because if I become too focused on one, it's the rest of it. You only focus on that one. So if you just kind of like almost zen out, you don't. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
I got you. And those watching in the stands kind of see as
A much better show this time around.
Anyone paying attention to this combat, give me a perception check.
Well, Snow is not actually there, so that's a negative from her.
Kelvin, 21. You got it. Cathalia? Oof. Pyre is focused on her own wounds and getting mentally prepared for the next one.
Cathalia may still be AFK.
Okay. I will say that.
She is avoiding centipedes.
Noted. So, Kelvin, I'll say you're watching Tam as you're watching him, you kind of notice his eyes almost seem hollowed out and blurred. His focus doesn't seem to be forward. It just seems to be almost as if whatever's in his perception range is being taken in. And you've seen it a couple times in combat as you two have fought together, but this is where you're really seeing kind of the combat prowess of Tam come out.
Noted.
What was that?
Noted.
I noted, okay. Let's see here. End of their turn. Tam, you're up.
The one that is to the left of me.
Okay. That'll hit.
Dirty 20 to hit. For 9 damage. Yeah, the one you just pinged.
Yeah. He goes down.
Okay. Stance for the other two.
Okay.
Better to keep my enemies in front of me.
There we go. 22 to hit.
That hits.
Give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
On save 6.
Fail. You take 3 points of piercing damage, and as its mandibles bite into your flesh, you feel a secondary tense within the jaw, and throughout your entire body, you feel like the as poison racks your body.
How much?
12.
12 poison?
12 points of poison damage.
Okay.
The other one missed.
All right.
Your turn.
Okay. All right. Did not like that. 14 to hit. The one in front of me.
14 does hit.
9 plus 3, 12. 12 slashing damage.
12 damage, nice. It goes down. The one that bit you,
Okay.
kind of push it off, crack it with that whip. Upon the impact, you do watch again as that kind of like that, almost like a ball of wind blades. A little tiny explosion off the crack.
I make a mental note that I definitely need to find one of these spheres. Kind of turn my attention.
To the last one.
Last one.
All right. It kind of circles around you a little bit.
Okay.
Take its bite attack. Doesn't hit. Wow.
Awesome.
It circles behind you, and as its mouth comes in, it catches your leather and just can't, it's chewing and chewing. It can't get through your side of leather before it finally just backs off and hisses loudly at you.
Yeah.
Your turn. What do you do?
Oh, it's gonna hiss worse. That hits. 9 damage.
9 points of damage. Complete turnaround from your first round. You obliterated these creatures.
Yay!
And the crowd is going
As,
crazy. Just cheers. There's hears. You see tankers being raised up. You can definitely tell that as the day has gone on, the crowd is getting progressively more festive.
Festive is translated to drunk.
Yes, it's a nice way to say they're getting
Festive.
drunk. All right.
All right.
You.
I am going to bow, sheath my whip, and walk towards the teleportation circle.
There you go. Who was next in our rolls?
That would be me.
You. All right. Let me take this creature off the roll table. Roll a d10.
4.
4.
You in force today.
Yeah, I know. Lots of 4s.
Okay. Oof.
Great, thanks.
Oof is never good.
What is is your CR? Okay.
Oof is a rough translation to hate to see it, bud.
Is this,
Yep.
Oh, it's 'cause I'm in the wrong one. Just a quick moment, folks, as I grab this creature. All right, Kelvin, as you walk up to the box to receive your gift. Oh, Tamriel, as soon as you get back, all the guards look at you, and the halfling just kind of motions over towards the box.
Over to the box, and I will kind of hold the handle of the whip towards the halfling. Would you like to remove it, or do you want me to?
I'll take care of this. His hand goes over it. He mutters a few words, and the sphere slowly lifts itself out of your handle. He places it back in the box with the other 4, closes it, puts it inside the larger box. All right, Orc, you're up next. Motions you over.
I'm gonna walk over to Kelvin and tap him. I think he's confusing you, and watch out for the statues, bud. So I kind of slap him on the shoulder and move back towards the windows.
Yeah, I saw they messed you up a little bit.
They didn't get me, but they definitely helped.
Yeah,
So maybe you should keep that in mind.
will do.
All
I'll
right,
walk over to the halfling.
roll a d10.
7.
7. Okay. He hands you what looks to be this kind of like bracer and glove combo, but all some sort of metal or jewel. Like there's actually like finger slots to put, like rings to put your fingers in, and then those have small thin lines of wire that lead back to the main bracer. And then-
Infinity Gauntlet on steroids.
yeah, pretty much.
On an orc. I mean, I look just like Panos now.
Yeah.
Except you're green.
I snap. What happens?
Oh
Do
man.
you seriously do that?
No.
Okay. He hands this to you, and he says, this will pretty much let you teleport about 30 feet twice a day. And for you as a player, just so you know, so you can describe this to Kelvin as you see fit, but it's pretty much a bracer with 2 charges of Misty Step.
Okay.
Takes a bonus action to activate.
Yep.
Does not require attunement.
Okay. Nice.
But you teleport into the pit once again. It's not long before you look across and you see one of the symbols light up a different place as this hideous hybrid of lizard, bird, and bat apparates into the space. And then looks at you.
I hate these things.
And it begins like do 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 do. Roll initiative.
As it screeches at me, I just screech back.
Okay.
12.
12. You go first. 'Cause it rolled a 9.
All right. Well,
Top of initiative, your turn. What do you do?
I am going to. I'm gonna cast Mind Sliver to start.
Okay.
DC 15 intelligence save.
Oh, it's a -3.
Wow.
Oh.
Well, it takes 3 psychic damage,
Okay.
and it has a -D4 on its next saving throw.
Say 3 psychic damage.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else for your turn?
Yeah, I'm gonna move away from the creature.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 25, I'll move over here.
Okay.
And that is going to be the end of my turn.
Okay. It takes 2 steps forward before it beats its wings and starts to fly about 5 feet off the ground. And it will use its action to close the distance. That's all it can do. Your turn. What are you doing?
I am going to cast Bane.
Okay. So,
DC 15 Charisma save with a negative D4.
yeah, that's a fail. Say most of you, except for Snow, because she's still sneaking about, watches Kelvin reaches his hand out once again, and that same kind of shadowy, almost like a collar in this form, seems to wrap around the creature's neck. It is baned. That's your action?
And now I am going to use my gauntlet and teleport 30 feet.
Okay.
To here, and then I'm going to run 30 feet.
Okay. All of you watch as Kelvin kind of takes his gauntleted hand and moves it forward, and it almost seems to like grab the air and yank it towards him. And as he makes this motion, he vanishes and then apparates 30 feet away. That's your turn?
So I would have actually, instead of going down that far, can I move right there and cut it there?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, there. That's where I stop.
Okay.
That's the end of my turn.
Okay. The creature looks around and watches as you vanish. And looking around, it sees you off this corner of its eye, disappear around the corner. Still in the air a little bit. We'll use 40 feet of movement. To close the distance and make its bite attack against you. Minus a D4. 7?
7?
7.
No.
Yeah, as it flies at you, and it kind of, because it's just only about 5 feet off the ground, it comes at you, and its beak comes down to bite. And you just quickly move out of the way. That's his turn. And he's at the bottom of initiative, so top of initiative. He needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Minus a D4.
Minus a D4. Which he fails. Takes 1 point of bludgeoning damage from the hammer the statue was holding. And Kelvin, it's the first time you saw it up close. The statue, that's just a statue. It's not moving. And all of a sudden, its muscles tense as it brings up its hammer and just clocks the cockatrice before going back to its resting position. And it looks at the statue and looks back to you. Shakes his head a little bit. Your turn.
Okay. I am going to. I'm going to use 2 sorcery points
Okay.
to quicken a spell,
Okay.
and I am going to quicken Toll the Dead.
Okay. Say wisdom save?
Wisdom DC 15.
Well, he rolled a 15, so if I roll a 1, he fails.
Okay. 3 points of damage.
Okay.
And I am going to move 5, 10.
Okay.
Does he's going to take his attack of opportunity, I'm guessing?
Yes. Ten?
No.
As he goes to reach out and bite, you feel it impact with your mage armor, and it pushes you forward a little bit, but you get away unscathed.
And I'm going to move right here. And I'm going to use my action to cast Mind Sliver. DC 15. Intelligence saving throw.
That's a fail.
Minus a D4. That's 5 psychic damage.
Okay. End of your turn? Is that all you have?
That's the end of my turn.
Okay. It will move towards you using its 40 feet of movement. What's his intelligence? Yeah, he's not smart enough. Alright, we'll make its bite attack against you. Ooh, this could be good. As long as I don't roll this too high. 19 to hit.
19 hits.
Alright, you take 2 points of piercing damage. Need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
I didn't make 2 of them, actually.
Yeah. Go make one for me for
First
this.
for its...
8?
That was for its ability, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As its teeth sink into you, you feel this intrusion of some kind of arcane power. And you feel as your body begins to stiffen and lock up, and you are beginning to turn to stone. You are currently restrained. And now make me a concentration check, please.
20.
Good there.
Solid.
At the end of its turn, it's not a Y or a intelligent creature, so it does not understand all of these statues. Fail. Takes damage. You watch as, and this would have been the Great Axe. No, this is
Great. Sword and
This
board.
is sword and board. Yeah, you watch as the sword and board statue quickly comes to life, slashes down on the cockatrice, and then goes back to being still. But it's your turn.
All right. I am going to use the second charge on my glove to teleport.
Okay.
Because I do that before the end of my... And the next check is at the end of my turn, correct?
Yes.
Or is it beginning?
The
Okay.
end of your
So
next turn.
I'm going to teleport here.
Okay.
And I am going to use Toll the Dead.
What's the range of Toll Dead?
60 feet.
Okay.
The DC 15.
It's a fail.
10 points of damage.
Oof. That hurt. You felt that spell go through solid. At the end of
Now
your
this
turn,
just has to go through solid. Yeah.
would you please make me another Constitution saving throw?
24.
Nice. After having a minute to kind of gather yourself, you push past this arcane effort using your own will over the power within you, within your blood. You force this arcane poison out of you. And you watch as the stone that had gathered around you just shatters off harmlessly.
I yell at the bird as it does.
Okay. End of your turn?
Yes.
Okay. It is now its turn. See if it's smart enough, because now it's been hit by 2 statues. See if it can recognize not to stand near these things. It cannot. So it will make its bite attack against you. Miss. God bless. I was making up for those couple of nat 20s I had earlier in combat. Yeah, as it comes to bite you, you actually kind of hold your hands up to defend yourself and kind of focusing that mage armor to apparate more densely on your fists. The teeth just grab onto your fists and kind of gnaw, trying to saw against this arcane force that protects you before you finally just push it off. It's the end of its turn. Top of the initiative. He fails his dexterity saving throw and takes 1d4 points of damage. Woo. You watch as the great axe off of this one comes up and down and almost completely cleaves this creature in half. Like it took a hearty hit to the wings where it's forced to go down to the ground. Like it lands and the axe pulls out and goes back to a resting position on the statue. When it's your turn, what do you do?
I am going to do something I might regret, but it's going to be fun. I'm going to look at the statue, just go, it's a good idea. I'm going to grab my carpenter's axe, two-handed, and take a swing at this thing.
Okay. Roll to hit.
Kelvin's using a weapon for the first time ever.
See what happens.
Here goes my +0. That's an 11.
11 is a
Two
creature's
hits.
armor class.
Oh my god.
Kelvin,
Yes!
describe it to me.
I just kind of reach my hands back like I'm going to cast a spell, but just grab the handle of this axe. It's been on my back this whole time, and just swing it straight down at this creature's head.
Okay. After it had snapped at you previously, you managed to take a quick sidestep, and while its neck is extended outward, you reach back and begin the arcane casting of a spell. But nothing comes forward as your hands come back, grab the axe, and bring it straight down, finishing the job that the statue has started, severing the creature's head from its body right at the neck.
Kelvin looks just as surprised as everybody else.
That is the weirdest spell I have ever seen
over
Kelvin
the crowd
cast.
as everyone's looking, and then just an explosion of cheers. Just yeah! The crowd is going crazy. Snow, even you who's underneath the stands can hear like the beating of feet, the yelling.
Mm-hmm.
Unsure of what's going on, but you definitely hear the cheers. Alright. You head back to the waiting room?
Yes. Well, 1 second. Let me go. I'm just grabbing something. As I start to head back, I just hold the axe up and just remember, you two can be awesome at wondrous willies. And then I walk through the thing.
Okay.
I did tell him.
You did tell him, yeah. All right. Pyre,
Hey.
do me a favor.
All right.
Roll a d8. Five.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Gotta grab these creatures real quick. Alright, those are ready. As you kind of push off the wall, make your way towards the box in the middle, Kelvin comes back and the halfling looks at him, waves him over. Gauntlet, please.
Walk over. It's really nice.
All the guards turn and look at you.
Right.
I just said it was nice, and I take it off.
Thank you. He takes it back. All right. Roll a d10. Interesting. Okay. He hands you a pair of bracers of defense. Me double check on those real quick. I believe that's plus what to your AC?
+2 to your AC.
Yeah. So
+2.
just remember +2 to your armor class for the duration of you wearing these.
All right.
Yeah, good roll. Very nice roll. No one's gotten my special toy yet. I'm looking forward to it, but that was a really good roll. He hands them to you. You put them on. As you do this, you feel safe. They're light. They look sturdy. You just feel hardier. Because you don't wear armor in the first place, so.
No.
You're just like, yeah, I can use these. Then you head into the pit.
All right.
I could have seen Tam getting those and been like, what a crap roll.
No. I would have been okay with that.
You couldn't have used them.
What? The bracers?
Of defense, yeah. You have armor on.
Oh, yeah, crap. That would have sucked. Oh, dear God.
Yeah, you said those, and I wasn't looking forward to that.
Yep. As you apparate into the arena, you instantly see off to each side a pair of giant hyenas. And they just...
Good God.
They... This is half howl, half laugh. Very off-putting. Before they both kind of look at you. And their muscles tense. You can tell they're about to go into a charge. Roll initiative. Ooh, not bad for them. What's their roll? +2. All right. 10. Oof.
Yeah.
Well, you beat... Is that a 7 or a 1? Oh, it's a 7. Okay. You beat one of them.
All right.
All right, the one, as you're looking at that on the left, just begins to charge forward. It will go, it'll actually circle out. And it will charge its way around, and it will... Yeah, he'll use his action to dash and close the distance.
All right.
You watch this giant hyena, probably, what do you think, Joe, Rick? Probably about to just shoulder on this creature, probably 8-10 feet. A little less, maybe like 6-7 feet.
Shoulder, probably about six and a half feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just to the shoulder of this creature is probably about 6 to 7 feet, and it just makes this wide arc around the entirety of the arena as it comes towards you. It's your turn. What do you do?
All right. I'm gonna rage.
Oh, yes!
Good choice.
All of you watch as she just kind of takes her axe out to the side. Doesn't yell, doesn't shout. You just see all of her muscles tense as she just kind of has this weird, awful smile on her face, and the hair blazes over, tips of her skin almost smoldering. You see this weird smoke begin to emit from her entire form. You're raging. What do you do?
I'm going to hit it with my great axe.
All right. Regular? Reckless?
Oh, reckless.
Okay.
Redo that.
Just roll it one more time.
Yep. Here we go.
Woo! Nicely done. Natural 20. The Great Axe is a... What is that thing? It's a D12?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roll max damage anyways.
Yeah, no, I have it set up so that it automatically does. The second one is always going to be maxed.
Oh, nice. All right. So that's 25. Wow. 25 points of damage to this creature.
27.
27?
She's raging.
She's raging.
27 points of damage. As this creature comes up, you just smile and two-hand your axe. You just bow, clock it right against the side of the jaw, sending it almost off course. And if it hadn't stopped itself, it probably would have skidded right past you. But it digs its front paws in and stops. And looks at you, just growls. You gonna stay there? Or you gonna move?
I'm gonna stay there for a little bit.
Okay, you stay there. The second one makes its arc around, doing the same thing. Kind of almost like in a pair. They both around the outside perimeter. But that's all it can do. It's the end of its turn. Top of the initiative. Nobody's in range. Next is my here. It will take an attack against you.
All right.
You went reckless, so it has advantage. 18 to hit.
No.
18 does not hit.
No.
With the bracers.
Your armor class is 19 right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ooh. All right. It comes in, and as its mouth comes open, you're like, you see it come down. You're like, all right, who the bracers got? And you hold him up, and its jaw catches on that. Its teeth grinding against the metal, but you watch as the arcane runes on a bracer actually flare up against its attack, and you push it off.
All right.
But your turn. What do you do?
Hit it again with my great axe.
All right. Reckless again or no?
Reckless,
Okay,
yes.
go ahead and swing. I love barbarians so much.
For 9, yeah.
17, that'll hit. Roll damage. 7 and plus 9 for raging.
Or plus 2 for raging, yeah, 9 total.
Woof. It's a good hit. It's still standing, but it's looking weak. You gonna stay there? Or you gonna move?
I'm going to move, like, right between these statues.
Okay. They're both gonna take an attack against you.
All right.
Does the reckless follow through for reaction attacks or no?
All attacks.
Okay.
All attacks, yeah.
Natural 20 on one of them. The other one misses. So you take.
All right.
Let's see here. 15 halved would be 7 technically. So you
Yep.
take 7 points of piercing damage as you move away from this creature. It just catches you around the back of the leg.
Okay.
All right. Is that all you have?
Yep, that's my turn.
Okay. The second one will push in to make its bite attack against you. Ooh, 22 to hit.
That hits.
Half of 5 would be 2.
Mm-hmm.
Take 2 piercing damage.
Okay.
That's the end of its turn. Top of initiative. Now something is in range, so it makes its dexterity saving throw. It's animal awareness, staying keen as you watch as the statue reaches out for an attack, and the hyena just moves to the side before focusing back on you. The second one saw that this happened, but isn't a smart creature, so it's going to move in and attack anyways. It's going to move in next to its ally. Has not come back to your turn yet, so 24 to hit. I think 24 hits you.
Yeah,
So
it does.
11 half would be 5 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Your turn.
All right, I'm going to do another reckless attack with my great axe
Okay.
to that one I've been beating up on.
Okay. Roll advantage.
All right.
Oh boy.
That'll do it. You've just been working this creature over, and as it comes into you and to make that bite, you took kind of away from it, and then you came back in, just caught it right on the shoulder and down through the front of it, actually pushing it to the ground as your strength just comes through, and down it goes. And you're
And then I'm going to look at the other one and laugh.
Okay, okay. The other one take its bite attack against you. 20 to hit.
That hits.
7 points of piercing damage. That's already reduced.
All right.
And then top of initiative, it's in range. Fails its saving throw. Takes 1d4. Damn, takes 4 points of damage. Statue got a good hit in. That one's dead. Your turn.
Alright. Going to do another reckless attack
Go ahead.
with the great. Oh, what was that?
Go ahead.
Oh, with the great axe, yeah.
Nice. 9 points of damage. It's now the creature's turn. Unless you're going to move, or you're going to stay there.
I'm going to stay right there right now.
Okay. It will, not liking that it got hit there. Definitely put some distance away from itself. So you would circle around the statue.
Okay.
Be unsure if the other one's going to hit or not. Let's see how smart it is. It thinks it's safe. It's going to attack you. 22 to hit.
That hits.
5 points of piercing damage that's already had for you.
All right.
Your turn.
She gets an opportunity attack.
Oh, she does. Correct. Go ahead and roll opportunity attack with advantage
Right.
because you went reckless. So
All right. Well then, great axe again, I guess. Been working for me.
thank you for the reminder. 13 points of damage. Starting to look a little banged up. But now it is your turn. Attack it again.
Attack it again.
Okay.
Yep.
Roll a hit. 17. That hits. 12 points of damage. At this point, the crowd's starting to lose it. There's just cheers and roars and character's name just being shouted as they see you just face tanking these two large creatures that could eat you. You're a meal for them. And you and your great axe are going at it. Take your attack. Doesn't like that it's still getting hit there, but it's also getting hungry. Let's see how smart he is this time around. Okay. I know, it's just going to go all in. $22 to hit.
That hits.
12 reduced to 6. 6 points of piercing damage. Alright. It's the end of the initiative. Top of initiative. Needs to make a dexterity saving throw, which that's on its side. Oh god, fails. Takes 1 point of damage. Okay. It's your turn.
All right. Attack it again.
Do it.
It's not broke, don't fix it.
15 hits. 5 plus 2 rage damage is enough.
Oh.
Describe it to me.
I am going to take my axe and swing it, thus causing the blade to go across its neck and just spew blood everywhere.
Oh,
all
like
over
an
me.
Undercut, like underneath.
Yeah.
Okay, as that last bite came in and you kind of took it to the shoulder, you actually kind of take your left hand and grab its lower jaw, and then with your axe you choke up on the grip and just thrust it forward and rip it to the right, and you just hear and then it's your lower half is just showered just before you clutch it by the jaw and you just shove it off of you, like actually pulling the teeth out of your shoulder. You just throw it aside.
All right.
Crowd just goes nuts. Just, ah! Oh my god! It's crazy. Just fire, 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 fire.
All right. And then take out my blade and just go back in.
Okay. teleport back into the waiting room via the glyph you've been using this whole time. And the halfling just kind of motions you over to the chest.
Roll my eyes and walk over.
You've been here long enough. You know the deal. Come on, hand him over.
Kind of toss it. I don't know, like here.
Kind of catches him. Mutters something under his breath before he puts him back in the chest. And then from that, take him off the board. You watch as the female half-elf that has the hand crossbow walks over to the chest. Let's see what she gets. You watch as the halfling pulls out this kind of, for a halfling, palm-sized, silver-looking like scarab, and he kind of holds it over her weapon, and it comes to life and kind of crawls over the weapon before nestling itself just near the end where the bolts come out, and it grips down. And you see these arcane runes flash over the entirety of the weapon. That should help your little twinger there have a little more oomph. She kind of looks it over, nods, walks to the glyph on the wall, teleports into the pit arena. She will fight. Where am I at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. D8. 4. Ooh. Very nice. You watch as this is a pair of what looks to be kind of this feral wolf or a dog with all black skin apparates out of the two glyphs to the east and west. But each of these creatures has 2 heads side by side. Let's see how she does. Fail. Succeed. Ooh, this roll determines. Fail. She gets put down. She's out there. She has her bolts and crossbow, hand crossbow. She actually takes down one of the dogs, but as she turns to load and fire to the last one, both of its heads just clomp down on each shoulder and just throw her around like a rag doll before hucking her over the back. And you hear that familiar go off throughout the entire arena. And Cathalia, you notice once again as the archers kind of come up and just rain down arrows on the remaining creature before that familiar half-drow rushes to the teleportation glyph, moves inside, and quickly administers first aid. He gets her back up. They return. And she decides to take her winnings and leave. She is off the bracket. So is this creature. She's out. Next would be the gentleman who had the rapier and dagger. He had double daggers before, but he sees he's come back for round 2. He's ready with a rapier and a dagger. He walks up to the glyph, or walks up to the treasure chest. I really want someone to get this item. And he receives this silver choker that tightly hugs around the entire of his neck, and you actually see he kind of takes a minute to breathe before it finally relaxes, and you see his eyes kind of glaze over, and the halfling explains, that should help you finesse yourself through combat just a little bit easier. Kind of nods his head, walks in. You okay over there? Kelly?
Yeah.
Okay. There was some static feedback for a second.
Oh. I didn't even realize that.
That's
Sorry.
all right. Let's see how he succeeds through this. Fail. Succeeds. Fails. Wow, another one bites the dust. Oh, what did he go against even? You watch as, yeah, that would make sense. 4 of these kind of large beasts look like almost like a bird with no like large wings, but their head, the beak, actually almost comes down to like an axe point. And he managed to take out 1 or 2 of them before he himself getting knocked unconscious. The archers do their thing once more. The cleric gets him out of there. He is out. He decides that he will wait to see. He says he's thinking about it. See what he wants to do. Last will be the a little more of a. They'll stay on the. Actually, no, they're gone. They're out. Last will be kind of the bigger gentleman who had the sword and board. He walks over the chest. It's unfortunate. Halfling hands him this wand. Explains to him what it is. Says it's a wand of fireball. Take it easy out there. Kind of looks a little disappointed with his pick, but kind of stows the wand. Goes into the arena. He will fight against D6. We're getting down there. Creature number 5. Oh. Okay. That'd be 4 of these. Okay. As he pushes into the arena, you watch as 4 of these kind of like almost alligator, but much more quadrupedal and scalier in their physicality. They are teleported into the arena, and he will make his best efforts against them. Kind of lower his DC because he does have the wand. Fail. Succeed. Succeed. He makes it through. You actually utilizing the wand of fireball, he manages to handle these creatures, though being quite hurt himself, before being brought back into the waiting room and returning the item. And anyone who stayed in the waiting room, give me a perception check.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice.
That's average.
Oh. Tam, with your kind of keen vision and keeping an eye on things, you do notice that, first off, you would notice that the other individual who failed and said he would wait decided to stay in the competition once he saw this other person succeed. Like, you actually kind of see it in his facial, like, expression. Like, all right, I need to stick around. Next, you kind of watch as the wand is returned to the chest. You notice that instead of handing it to the halfling, the kind of the burly guy tried to actually put it back into the chest before the halfling took the wand and then put it in the chest. And you notice he's kind of trying to peer inside this chest before it's closed, and then once again locked, and these 6 guards carry it out. Halfling looks at all of you. Well, congratulations to you, Tanriel. You've regained some glory here today.
Thank you.
The rest of it, rounds 3 and subsequent rounds will begin tomorrow. There's still the group fights to do, and then the main event of the night. none of you are privy to that because, well, it's your first time through here, so you haven't been around to build up the reputation to get into it. But I promise it will be a spectacle for the ages. If you haven't had a chance to be here for the Summer Solstice event yet, you're in for a treat. But for now, see you tomorrow morning.
All right. What did that burly guy that tried to put the wand back in and try and peer in, what did his face look like when he wasn't able to peer into the chest?
With the 22, you notice you saw a bit of a twitch, like of dissatisfaction and anger. But he hit it decently well. But the 22, I'd say you definitely got it.
Okay, and he is human, correct?
He is... Check myself before I wreck myself. Yes. He's a human male. Seems to be a little bit older. Definitely weathered skin. He's the one that had like the long braided dyed hair.
Yeah, and the long sword and the shield.
Yes. He also, on the left side of his face, has this kind of like, I'd say a little more dwarvish in its architecture, but of a horse head tattoo.
Okay.
But all of you are gently ushered outside of the waiting room as you see the groups from this morning, though one less group there currently begins to move into the waiting room as a different colored chest is brought in from another different mixture of King's Blades and Queen's Shield guards. I think right there is where we'll end tonight's episode. We'll pick up next week
Good fight.
with the rest of today's festivities before moving into the next event for those of you that took place in the individual games. Congratulations to those of you that made it and reclaimed their glory, Tamriel.
Yeah, not useless after all.
Even in defeat, you wouldn't have been useless. I'm sure there was a lot you could have done outside.
I could have absolutely fed several monsters.
Absolutely. All right. Well, everyone there that's hung out throughout tonight's session, I thank you very much for just being a part of this fantastic community, and I look forward to having fun next week, Wednesday at 6 p.m. Central Time. Until then, be safe, have fun, and see you Wednesday.
See ya!
All right, everybody.